So when I got my first job working at TechCom, I was back in 1987. I think I was driving a Volkswagen Beetle. So from my house down there, it was like, I don't know, like 25 miles or so. So back and forth in the Beetle, and that's all the money I had that I could afford. And then it looked like I needed a car with a little bit more space and more reliable. So I went to a car dealership, and they had a Ford Fairmont station wagon, and they said we'll sell it to you for $100. And I said, all right, deal. So I bought it, but it cost me like $800 to get it past inspection. But it was just a stripped down station wagon, and I drove that for a while and until I made a little bit of money. And as soon as I made a little bit of money, I said, all right, I'm going to go buy a car that I'd like to have. And I found a Fiero GT, an 87 with the V6, and it had that spoiler on the back. And it was a cool little car. And I was like, I want to buy this car. So I bought it, but not thinking ahead about this car only had two seats in it. So, when I needed to go out seeing clients and take gear with me, it was really a pain putting stuff in that Fiero. So I started doing is taking the seat out, just getting some wrenches and take the passenger seat out so I'd have more space. And I would jam all this stuff into the Fiero just so I could get to people to do demos. I remember I had to drive down to Richmond, Virginia, down there to a studio called In Your Ear, and they wanted to see a demo of the Digital Dynamics, the 464, and that thing was a huge rack that I had to stuff in the Fiero, and I just barely made it in there. But that was the only way I could do it, and it's just funny in retrospect. I should have never bought that car. It was just too much, too small. And in the end, I drove for, I don't know, 10 years or so. And I had it parked outside, and it caught on fire one day. And that was that. So that's my what car not to buy when you're trying to sell pro audio gear. There you go.